Hi, my name is Jon Barteaux, and this is my daughter Emma. We're here to nominate Jill Green to be your candidate for Fredericton North for the Progressive Conservative Party. I've known Jill for over 40 years. Jill is a good friend of mine. Jill and Derek and I grew up together in the same community here in Fredericton. One thing I've learned from Jill over the years is that she cares about her community, and she cares about the people here, and she gives back. I'll tell you a story about Jill from the last time Jill was our candidate here in Fredericton North. We went door to door, we walked many of the streets here in Fredericton, and Jill was tireless in her passion for the people here in the riding. And one thing I learned during that time with Jill is that Jill wasn't out to tell anybody about the policies or about herself. She was there to listen. And when she listened with great care, understanding, and again, empathy. So she wants to understand what your concerns are, and she wants to help. Jill has raised her family here. She's going to school here. She's met her husband in this city, and they've lived here for most of their lives as well. And they've also given back many things to this community. They have a successful business, and they also employ people here in Fredericton. Jill is ready. Jill is ready to lead for the people of Fredericton North. And one thing I learned about Jill over the years is that Jill cares about this community, and she wants to give back, and she's ready to listen more, and she's ready to understand. But now is the time to take action. Jill needs your help, and she needs your support. This coming Sunday, she needs your support to go vote in the nomination, and then we need your support to help and vote for Jill in the next election. I hope you'll join me in supporting Jill to be your Progressive Conservative candidate in Fredericton North. Don't we?
Yeah.
Hi folks, my name's Norman Betts. I've been a progressive conservative all of my life. I had the pleasure of serving in government as a cabinet minister and an MLA. I know what government needs. Government needs people like Jill Green. She's a leader, she's an engineer, she's a business person, she's a community leader. You'll find her in the rink more than anywhere else. She's been very successful. Around the table, we need leadership and we need equality. Jill Green brings that. She's cabinet material. She will be a big player in the next Higgs government, and I'm pleased to second her nomination.
Hi, I'm Jill Green. Thank you, John and Norm, for the nice things you said about me. They're right. I'm a busy wife, mom, business owner here in Fredericton North. And the thing I get asked most often is, why in the world would you want to get into politics? Well, a few years ago, I was concerned about changes that were being made to the tax system. I was concerned about my children's education. And I'm kind of a doer, and I'm kind of a person who is not going to complain about things if I'm not willing to do something about it. So I put my name forward to be a nominee for the PC party in Fredericton North, and I won the nomination, and then I got to start really having fun. I started knocking on doors all over Fredericton North, and did I ever meet some great people? One door I knocked on was my principal from grade 6. Well, I was so excited to see him. He invited me in, and I had a lovely conversation with him and his wife, and they shared with me their concerns as they age and what the future looks like for them. I knocked on doors of many grandparents who were talking to me about their grandchildren and the future. They were worried about the education system for their children, but they were also worried about the financial health of New Brunswick and what it would mean for their children as they grow older and their grandchildren, and whether there was actually a future here or whether they were going to have to leave the province to be successful. I talked to, well, this is a hard story actually. I knocked on the door of a father whose son had very recently committed suicide. And he talked to me about his concerns about the mental health care system, the fact that people didn't respond when he asked for help and his son asked for help. And he shared his grieving process with me and the guilt he felt. But it really wasn't his guilt, it was our guilt, because our system failed that family. And all it made me want to do was help and find a way to fix the mental health and the healthcare system in New Brunswick. I talked to single parents who had children with special needs or children with autism, and they didn't really understand how the future was going to look for their own children. They also talked about having to send their children to Campbellton to get mental health care. And they were separated from their families and had to go to Campbellton, and it wasn't fair to the families, and it wasn't fair to the kids that were sent up there. I met many people who are on fixed incomes and weren't actually sure what would happen, in the future, how they would feed their children. And then there was lots of business owners that expressed concerns too, that the tax system was a burden for them. And they were contributing to our economy, to Fredericton North, and they were committed to do that, but the future just didn't feel quite right for them. So it made me want to find even more things to do. I started listening and understanding what mattered to Fredericton North. Well, clearly we have an aging population in Fredericton North, and knowing what to do and how to help them and how to support them through the province is a primary goal. Our healthcare system, we've learned a lot through COVID. We now can do virtual doctor's appointments. You can get through them faster so they can serve more patients. My doctor can call me. I can get done my doctor's appointment in about 3 minutes. But there's many people in Fredericton North without family doctors. They have to go to the emergency room to get their prescriptions refilled. That is not a good use of our resources. And we need to make some changes to make things better and support them. And the education system, well, COVID certainly changed the education system. Now the kids are going to be going to school, they're going to be doing part-time virtual, part-time going into the classroom. We're really good at some things, but the virtual thing we're not so good at. So we need to work to increase our expertise in virtual classrooms, because we don't know what the future is going to bring us, and we need children that are well-educated, because well-educated children are our future. They're going to support our economy and help support the future of New Brunswick. And then COVID, we're still in the middle of a pandemic. And so, things have been done very well. Making sure all the parties are at the table, helping negotiate how to move forward is an excellent thing that we need to continue, and we need to support that. I spent a lot of time with you as I walked 2 years ago, and I can't wait to help and support you again. I listened. I heard you. I know what Fredericton North needs. I would be honored to serve as your Progressive Conservative candidate for Fredericton North.